Peace FM 104.3. Who to meet
the President Akasa. Inti I'm the closure bar debate na no kodono. Also the religious leaders will appeal for ceasefire. Inti no the case close onion. Well, inima I mean, my understanding of what the president did, and I say it's my understanding, and the effect of it is there. The more mischief na a man for what to outside of Hono. When we see key, the work at the CSE no necessarily or a LGBT agenda. In whole into what took out there now what your designs what draw nyamanya maybe last week or so between NDC communicator bi wa ha or the nyame bi o claim there or can CSE na nyama no ho me ma because of mama copy into me na me kind of one forward the man no producer the brem what church you know sexual pleasure is a right. Sexual rights are human rights. Sexual pleasure should be enjoyed by people of all ages, regardless of. Me whom the mighty war. Oh, please. Why? What's your problem? Allow. It doesn't matter. The particular area me ready. I will Samidian Fibukoti Wahano. Me say me whom war. The Ghanaian versions. That's what I'm saying. This word for word. Aja was circling a piece FM or the mam na moye copy mammy. Damn na meka. Miwi. Pami.
Yes.
Last week, Sabakaya Mekawa had a global phenomenon. There are all sorts of elements who campaign for various aspects of this year's Mankadama. Or there you should be on your guard to ensure that nyama or culturally inappropriate or legally inadmissible. Wambeshe our operationalization of that philosophy in our educational system. Okay. Wami, I proceed on that premise. President making it clear LGBT nyama na or associated with this particular program in some parts of the world, he's making it clear that it cannot happen here, at least under his leadership. That aspect, let me feel or reacting to in terms of the politics, and I can understand why. Because some people were trying to make political capital and play propaganda mischief with it. To the extent Podona personally were incriminating. And he dealt with it in the directly political manner, and I understand that. Religious leaders, I will call for ceasefire. Some of them too, and I'm not mentioning any name, much earlier should have been circumspect and sought information and education. Intimatum, there was and I understand them also to mean they enjoy the propaganda mischief, But one casasso, won't be more so one will take you all time, one so checking Yama, into perhaps Kwame, they would not have spoken the way they spoke, or they would not have joined the bandwagon, that mischievous bandwagon, the way they did. Now, Kwame,
where you go?
Yes. Mr. Sofun, some of them, where are they God? Are they God? This is a democratic environment.
Exactly, that's what he said.
Short of insult, short of insulting any man of God, I'm entitled to speak to them directly the way I want to speak. They are even lucky I haven't mentioned names. Kwame, you are turning hypocrisy into a virtue.
Hypocrisy has become a virtue.
Yes. And last week I made this point on Newsfile. I'm prepared to forgive the host of NDC communicators in the wider space.
Okay.
For their lack of knowledge about certain things that are happening in this country relative to CSE. I'm prepared to forgive them because last week all these things because of a topical issue, I decided to search and research and seek information and education. How complex this whole thing is. So they are the same category. See, so me forgive me ignore one mischievous. I think I can be forgiven. But why are policy makers, policy implementers? I find it difficult to appreciate where they were coming from, Kwame. I'm being charitable. Today there has been an attempt to deny the existence of this book or the impact or the effect or the rationale.
Which book?
This book is Adolescent Sexual Reproductive Health and Development Source Book for Teachers. It was sponsored by the Ghana Education Service, UK Aid, Ghana Health Service, a group called Palladium, and then UNFPA.
Okay.
Kwame, the preface is important.
What publishing a year, Ben?
2015.
Okay.
But the project money, the funding, was a 3-year funding.
So 15 to 18.
From 2014
to 17.
To 2017. One of the byproducts of that funding in the bookie, they did other things. But $11 million pounds. I think it was 11 million pounds or so, Kwame, because it's from UK. From my sources in checks am I so far I spent in them 10 million. Waka 1 million. Indeed, or end day 2017. Meaning what has happened to the balance, whether the chair here and there or But the most important thing, Kwame, is this. Like millions, me read from the book. Like millions of young people around the world, Ghana's adolescents and young people need accurate and comprehensive education about sexuality and reproductive health to practice healthy sexual behaviors. As many young people approach adulthood, they face many conflicting and confusing messages about their sexuality. They are also inadequately prepared for their sexual lives, and this leaves them potentially vulnerable to abuse and exploitation, unintended pregnancy, and sexually transmitted infections, including HIV. Against this background, the Ghana Education Service continues in its efforts to prepare adolescents aged 10 to 19 years, who are currently 31% of the total population in Ghana, to become healthy and responsible adults. Following the National Population Policy 1994, the Adolescent Reproductive Health Policy 2000, all currently being revised, and the Ministry of Education Strategic Plan 2010 to 2030. And see, carefully, a revised curriculum with integrated sexuality education has been rolled out from KG, that's kindergarten, to senior high school in all schools across the country. In Ghana, sexuality education is integrated across relevant subjects within the schools, across relevant subjects within the school curriculum.
2015, it was rolled out.
Now, subsequent to making this public, Marty, a counter-argument, but this one said integrated sexuality education and not comprehensive sexuality education. Forget about first paragraph where the signatory or the Jacob MCOR.
Or Jacob, former Director General Ghana Education
who I'm
Service.
told has issued a disclaimer. There, nothing of this sort happened under their watch. But don't forget, in the first paragraph, we are told comprehensive education about sexuality. Except that deep down, it talks of integrated sexuality education. I'm told by some people, though, or two different things. One in my Professor Dubois. Also, same thing different. He was describing the SMC1 and SMC2. We'll be sad for also same thing different. It's the same thing different here. Integrated now, when we have Mana wa ya nini our book nemo. The same book nankasa and some other research material is that subject sexuality education is taught across subjects. That's right. Social studies, moral education. So they break it down and let it blend through until what friend integrated. Comprehensive sexuality education can be a stand-alone subject, or even that too can be taught by putting it across other subjects. This is well documented in all the research papers I made. It's in the midst of the same thing, different.
Are you suggesting that it's been done since 2015?
It's been done. There's enough research. And I think you should look for this gentleman and talk to him. But what also, there were 5 Ghanaians involved in the research. But the name that pops up more often is Kofi Awusabo Asari,
a retired professor of UCC.
The research was financed, I think, by a group in the US, but they did it in association with the University of Cape Coast. 2015, from April to October 2015. They interviewed 3,200 students, like 3,002 students. Teachers here, 346. In the Brong-Ahafo region, this utility study utilizes the student 3,002, teachers 346, and 15 interviews with key stakeholders. Almost all the students opined that sexuality education should be taught to prevent infection of STIs. That's 80.9%. Unwanted pregnancies. Elements
So how about the element of LGBT?
It's not part. No. Check my thing. You see, if you fuck, you will never.
No, I'm following you. So what about the point of LGBT?
I don't care if you get it. You are not my target
At all.
You've made up your opinion. You have your own right to think the way you want to think. It's my better to convince you by me. Yes. So we are exchanging views. But if you talk the way you talk, Dr. Dama may pinpoint you to try and assimilate what I'm putting out. No, I'm not seeking for 1 minute to convince or change your mind. I will not dare.
With all the information.
I will not dare. You are capable of doing the same research.
It's a distraction. The
truth is this. It's been going on here. Now, I don't work on it there. How has it been done?
I'll come to that. I'll come to that shortly.
Peace FM 104.3. Good to meet you.